apparently have 219 unread books on my bookshelves behind me. I don't know how this happened because I didn't even know that I owned more than 200 books, let alone 219 unread ones. Let's read them. Okay, hi, so welcome to another reading vlog. This video is inspired by Haley Pham here on YouTube. So basically I counted up all my unread books. My goal this year is to read my unread books because I don't have the space in my new apartment to like hoard 200 and some unread books and then keep buying new ones. I'm trying to really work on that. So I'm trying to get as many read as possible. So I'm just doing a mood reading vlog for this week. Today is Sunday. It's a day of rest, okay? There's actually currently a major snowstorm outside right now. So I'm trying to get as much reading done as I can, but I also have a lot of chores to do. So I'm kind of doing, my morning I wasted. So for this afternoon, it's like 1 o'clock right now. I think I'm going to kind of do like sprints by myself. So I'm gonna try to read for 30 minutes, then do one of my chores, then sit down, read another 30 minutes, do another chore, whatever I have to get done. So that's the plan for this afternoon. My current read, I'm reading The Delivery Man by Joe McGinnis Jr. So I'm like 90 some pages into this. This is a very Bret Easton Ellis coded book. That's how it feels. So we're following, our main character's name is Chase. So we're kind of following him and his friends. They've all been friends since they were teenagers. And so we're following him. He's now in his 20s. He became a teacher. He's in Las Vegas, and this takes place in Las Vegas. And we're following him and his one friend. What the hell is her name? Why did I forget her name? Marissa? No, Michelle. And she is a sex worker, and they're kind of involved in this teenage, like, call girl business, sketchy shit, right? So we kind of get the vibe that he's maybe in love with Michelle. He's always, like, there for her. When she's like, oh, hey, I'm going to this guy's house, he'll like drive her there. He stays in the area to make sure that she's okay, etc. So he's kind of like always hanging around this Michelle and doing what she asks of him. But he's also in a relationship with this woman, Julia, and it's like long distance. I think she's in California, he's in Las Vegas. And he keeps saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move to California, blah, 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 but then it never happens, and he keeps getting wrapped up in Michelle's wild, insane life. So that's kind of what's going on, and then there are some other friends in the mix. But yeah, it's very, like, empty, nihilistic. It's, you know, exploring, them and teenagers that grew up too fast and then kind of just like burned out, you know? And I love following characters like this. There's lots of drug usage. It's just, you know, terrible, empty, shitty characters doing drugs. Like I said, very Bret Easton Ellis. So far, not a lot has happened. You're just following the characters and their thoughts. We kind of have some flashback chapters to them when they were teenagers and some things that have happened. So I'm really liking it so far. It's just kind of a all vibes, no plot, or like minimal plot so far, which I really typically like. I don't know what it is, but books like this just kind of do it for me. It's kind of scratching this itch that I've been having since finishing Bret's entire backlist, and I just don't know what I like to read anymore, but this is doing it for me. Has terrible reviews on Goodreads, but I really like it so far. So we'll see where this one goes. So yeah, I'm going to try to read for a half hour and then do a chore, and then I'll get back to you. It's now 4:20. Blaze it. Hi, baby. I didn't get super far. So I read for 30 minutes, cleaned my entire bathroom, read for another 30 minutes, ate lunch, fell asleep on the couch, and then I started editing my Patreon Snow Tier exclusive video for the month. So I got like almost a third of the way editing through that. So, and then in my book, I still have so much cleaning to do, like so much cleaning. So like that's kind of been a failure, but I have off tomorrow. Let's see, I got to page 125 in my book. So I managed to read like 35 pages, something like that. Oh my God, there is an actual blizzard outside. This is the first time that I've looked outside. Holy fuck, how am I gonna walk my dog? Holy shit. My dentist appointment in the morning was canceled, and that explains why. Anyways, yeah, so I read like 35 pages. I love this so far. I love it so much. I think if you really enjoyed Less Than Zero, you will love this book. I'm hooked, I'm obsessed, I'm invested. I just love how just empty these characters feel, and I really like the main character Chase, and just how he really thinks very poorly of himself. And I love like his flashback chapters, like of his own self-reflection, and we kind of see the way that he feels about himself deep inside. And I just love, I don't know, I love following complicated, flawed characters that feel real. He feels very real to me in this book. It almost feels like a coming of age story with people that probably are not going to learn their lesson. Do you know what I mean? Like how Less Than Zero, kind of like a coming of age story where like everyone was just terrible and didn't learn their lesson. That's kind of how this feels so far. But yeah, just like the loneliness, and you're like surrounded by, he's like surrounded by these people that he grew up with, that he's great friends with, that he loves, but he still feels so like empty. It's so relatable. It's relatable in a way. I don't know. This is completely, I don't know. I love this so far. So we'll see where that goes. What I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna read for a little bit. At 5 o'clock, I have to feed my dog, take her outside, and cook dinner. So I'm gonna do that, and then I don't know, we'll go from there. I definitely would like to, if I can, try to finish this tonight. I don't know, I have like 150 pages left, but we'll see. So I'll update you. Hi vlog, can you see me? Woo! So, okay, so we had a big snowstorm. It's Monday. I'm off work today. It's MLK Day. Typically, I work a lot of holidays, but this is one that I have off for whatever reason. So, yeah, I had to go out and clean my car off. Things are an absolute mess. They never have their shit together where I live. Like, the streets are not plowed. Nothing is plowed until, like, forever after the storm ends. So, last night, I really wanted to finish The Delivery Man. I ended up having like 60 pages left, and I fell asleep at midnight. Typically I go to sleep at like 10:30, so I stayed up to try to finish this, but I fell asleep. So my plan is to finish this now, and then I do have a lot of things that I have to get done today. So it's 9:30 right now. I'm gonna try to finish this up and then vacuum. I have to finish editing my Patreon video. I have like some laundry to do, just some things to do around the apartment. So I have to go through my mail, pay my bills. I sold some books on Pango that are at Justin's place. So I might have to drive over there to get them, depending how the roads are and stuff. So we'll see. But I am obsessed with this. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel like initially picking this up. I was like, yeah, it's okay. It just keeps getting better and better. It's very dark and disturbing and fucked up. Like I said, they're running a teenage, like, sex worker, like prostitution ring sort of a thing going on here. So it's a very dark, disturbing subject matter. There is one scene of animal cruelty that actually like made me sick to my stomach, which, you know, animal cruelty is probably my biggest thing in books. But typically I can read it and I'm okay. And this one made me like nauseous. But yeah, it's definitely like getting more and more intense and fucked up. And I'm like so curious to see how this ends. So I have like 50 pages left and yeah, I'm gonna finish this now. And then I started on audio. So a lot of times, like if I can get the audiobook through the library, sometimes like when I'm getting ready in the morning, things are quiet, I will like start a book on audio and then switch to physically reading. I don't know, my brain is very chaotic. So I started Lost on Me by Veronica Ramo. And this one is translated from Italian. So we're following this Italian woman, and basically it's a book about how, you know, her upbringing was super strict, like her parents were super strict and her mom was filled with anxiety, and just like, it's basically the story of her growing up and attempts to run away and like living with her boyfriend that she only has been dating for like a week or two, and like all these different things in her childhood. And it's very boring so far. I must admit, I am very bored out of my mind. I'm kind of like, what the fuck is the point of this? It's a whole lot of nothing. It's just like, yeah, my mom was anxious, and then her brother is like a genius and he grew up like working in politics, and it's a whole lot of nothing. I talked to someone on my Patreon who has read this and loved it, and she said it's very consistent throughout. Like it's very much a book about nothing, but it's about like her dealing with this strict upbringing and like attempts to kind of find herself and constantly like reinvent herself and try to figure out who she is, and struggling with her identity. And like, I get it, I see what it's trying to do, but I'm bored. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna switch to, it is very short. It's like 200 pages and I'm already a fourth of the way through. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna physically read this today and see if it gets better for me physically reading. But so far I'm fucking bored. Whole lot of nothing, whole lot of random tangents. Like, well, in Germany they spell it with a K, but normally I use a C. And it's like, why do I need to know that? I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. So I don't know. I'm gonna try my best, but I'm going to finish this first and then get my vacuuming done and then we'll talk. Okay, very quickly, I just finished this. I'm obsessed. I am so fucking obsessed. I'm gonna give this 5 stars. This is exactly what I have been looking for in my books. Everything that I've said so far still tracks, so I'm not going to sit here and repeat myself a million times. But yeah, very dark, very bleak, gritty, depressing, just depressing through and through. I don't know. I loved the ending. I love where this one ended up going. And it was just very sad. It was like a punch to the gut. There were a couple scenes where I literally felt like I was punched in the gut. So it's very rare for a book to actually like give me feelings and emotions like that. There were a couple things that I found relatable. Just like in terms with like relationships and some things that were said or thought involving relationships. You guys know I always relate to like sad, depressing things about relationships and books. Just that's my thing. I'm very broken and fucked up. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this one. I absolutely loved it. Like I said, would totally recommend if you've been searching for a Bret Easton Ellis itch. If you have an itch that you need scratched after finishing his backlist, look no further. Okay, hopefully the lighting is okay, but I finished Lost on Me. I vacuumed, I walked on my walking pad while reading this for a little. I got halfway through editing my Patreon video, ate lunch earlier. What else did I do? Walked my dog, did my laundry. So I got a lot done, which I'm happy about. And then I did end up finishing this book. I hated this. I don't think it was 1-star rant-worthy trash, but I gave this 2 stars. I don't really see the point in this. I was just like, yeah, her identity's changing and she's trying to find herself. Okay, but this was so dull and boring. And not only that, like each chapter was a different timeline, like a different story throughout her life. So it read very disjointed. It read like an essay collection, which I fucking hate. And it does this thing where a problem that I have with a lot of lit fic is that it tries to be like cute and quirky and funny, like hee hee, oh my gosh, it's so funny, what a funny story. And it's just like not funny, like it's not funny. Like if you are not funny and you're trying to make your characters who are not funny, funny, like it's not working out, funny, bunny. I hate it. I hate the hee hee, I'm so funny and quirky lit fic tone. It just throws the tone off because it's like you're telling stories that are not funny. Some of them are serious or sad, and then you're like, ah, but this is funny. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Like there's a reason that I gave like Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen. I love that book. I gave it 4 stars because I did not like the weird like hee hee funny quirky undertones to it. It's just, it doesn't work for most books. I feel like unless I'm reading something that's supposed to be satire or supposed to be like unhinged, weird, funny, like if I go in expecting that, it's one thing, but if I'm going in expecting like a sad, character-driven, like lit fic about like this girl, you know, going through this family trauma and trying to figure out her life, I'm not expecting it to be funny. Like why are we telling jokes? Anyways, fuck this one. I'm selling that on Pango. That's going goodbye. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I'll update you. I think I'm gonna try to go for a run because I need to do something and then I'll update you later. Friends, so I actually haven't vlogged in days. It's been about a week. Things are crazy. You know, I worked all week and then I had like appointments and stuff after work and I haven't been reading. Hello there, girly pop. I didn't read for a few days and then I started reading, but like my mental health has been shit this weekend. I'm not gonna lie, it's Sunday night now. A lot of stuff just kind of going on in my personal life that like, I don't know, mental health wise not the best, but I did spend some time with my patrons yesterday and today. We had like a little Discord hangout, just like on video chit-chatting, and it helped a ton. Like I genuinely just like love being on Patreon so much. I genuinely built like such an amazing friendship with those people and I love doing things with them. Like it just helps so much, you know, being alone and isolated and like not really having anyone to spend time with that often anymore. It helps a lot, you know, seeing my internet friends and stuff. So I love them so much. It genuinely meant a lot to me. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, just not in the best mental health space, so reading has been tough. So I started 2 books. So I started Natural Beauty, but I actually think I'm gonna like start it over again because when I was reading it, I was in like a funky headspace and I felt like I was retaining nothing. So I want to give it like an honest chance and review. And then I started I Must Have You, which I got about halfway through. This is by Joanna Novak. So this book here, it's about 3 different POVs. So I think it's a 13-year-old girl with an eating disorder. She's kind of like an eating disorder coach. Like she takes clients in school and like teaches them how to have an eating disorder, basically. It's fucked up. And then her mom is the other POV, and her mom is a teacher, and she also has an eating disorder of her own, some mental health stuff, and has a drug problem, a drinking problem, and she's also involved with this, I think he's 19, like a 19-year-old student, and so we're following her. And then the third POV is this other teenage girl who's 14, her name's Lisa. She's a former client of Elliot, the 13-year-old, and she is seeing this 19-year-old guy who is the same guy that the other one's mom is seeing. Am I confusing you? So that's what's going on. So we're following these three POVs, lots of mental illness going on, lots of talk about eating disorders, self-harm, things of that nature, graphic depictions of this 14-year-old, like, also like sexual things. If you are uncomfortable reading about a 14-year-old doing sexual things with a 19-year-old, maybe don't read this book. But yeah, that's what's going on. It's not, I don't know, I'm not obsessed with it. I don't hate it. It's kind of okay for me so far. If I had to guess, this is probably like a 3-star as of now. Like, it's okay. I like it. Not obsessed with it. It feels a little overwritten in a way. I don't know how to explain it. The writing is good, but it feels a little overwritten, I guess I would say, because it's like some things just drag on and on and on and on, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is the purpose of even like writing about this for so long? Like, it just feels a little off sometimes. I don't know how to describe it. And so far, like, nothing is truly happening. Like, things are happening, but this book takes place over the span of 3 days. So I don't know. I don't really know where this is gonna go, or if anything is actually going to happen, or if anything actually has like a point. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna find out, but like, it's okay so far. I do like, it takes place in 1999, so there's a lot of like that 90s nostalgia to it, which I was born in 1993. So I remember 1999, and everyone's obsessed with the movie Clueless, and I like the little 90s references, and it definitely has that 90s vibe to it. So yeah, I like it. I'm not obsessed with it. We'll see where this goes, but that's basically my reading update. And I started this new book on my Kindle. I had an arc of it. I think it's already out, so I need to get reading. I think I'm 20% into it. It's called A Gorgeous Excitement by Cynthia Weiner. I'm thinking about putting that in a new release vlog. I do have a couple new releases. Like, I have the new Grady Hendrix book that I'm reading for my Patreon book club. I might stick it in a vlog. I wanted to finish A Gorgeous Excitement. I'm really liking that one, and I want to talk about it more, so I might stick that one in a vlog. I also have Playworld by Adam Ross. I think that's about an older woman preying on a younger, I think he's a boy. It's supposed to be fucked up. It's supposed to be like sad, I think. Anthony Jeselnik reviewed it, and listen, if you know Anthony Jeselnik, I'm obsessed with him. He's one of my like comedian obsessions, one of my obsessions with men, and I read books that he recommends, so that's that one. And then also the new Anna Dorn book is out. I think she's writing under the name Astrid Doll or whatever. That's out. And there was another one. Oh, the book Blob by Maggie Sue. It's about this woman who finds a blob and then starts feeding it and turns it into the ideal partner, and then her desire to be unconditionally loved kind of spirals out of control. It sounds like me. It sounds very Meg coded. That just came out, and I think I want to go pick that one up. I don't know. I said I said I have 200 and some books to read and that I'm not going to be buying books, but there are a few that I feel like I need to make exceptions for. And if I use them in a video, they're tax write-offs. Someone stop me. Actually don't, because this is quality entertainment right here. Back to frequent mood reading vlogs like this, if you're into them, unless people absolutely hate them, unless you're like, Meg, don't fucking vlog anymore, then I won't do it, okay? But for now, I don't know, expect more vlogs, but yeah. Hello. My dog is excuse you. My dog is like sprawled out on the couch. Anyways, it's the next, I don't know, is the next day, I don't even know. It's Tuesday at like 7 a.m. I have to start work in an hour, but I wanted to quickly talk about my books. So I finished I Must Have You last night, and it was okay. Not obsessed with it, didn't hate it. It was okay. I'm probably gonna go with like a 3-star. So like I said, we're following these 3 POVs and nothing, it was almost like there was no point to this book. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mind books that don't have like a solid plot or point to them. I love following characters. All 3 of these characters are horribly unlikable, and just full of self-destructive behaviors, and that's all that we're following throughout the entire book, is just their self-destruction and shitty behavior. That's it. So I don't mind that, because I like a good unlikable character, right? But typically when I read books about nothing, they still kind of give me something, whether that's a feeling or some kind of takeaway or something meaningful or something relatable, something. Like, they still give me something, and obviously that's why I like the book. I'm not gonna sit down and read a book about absolutely nothing and then feel unfulfilled, you know? And that's kind of how I feel a little bit about this book. Like, I finished it and I was like, oh, that was it? Like, we just follow these 3 characters doing terrible things for 3 days? Like, that was it. It almost made me feel like, what was the point of this book, right? I don't know. There were a lot of phrases that were repeated over and over and over again that were really starting to get on my nerves. So little things like that I was like, oh God. Yeah, I'm not a fan of things being repeated. Like, I do what I want was said so many times. Also, the woman, the 40-year-old woman, the mom, was like obsessed with quoting Sylvia Plath. Like, give me a break, give me a break. Yeah, some of like the cultural references of the 90s, it was just, sometimes it was just repetitive. So yeah. I love a good unlikable character. I love books about shitty people, shitty things, mental health issues, things of that nature. So it's like I liked parts of it, I didn't like parts of it. So that's why I'm going with 3 stars. But yeah, if you're someone that can't handle any of the subject matter that I've mentioned, like eating disorders, self-harm, a 19-year-old having sex with a 14-year-old, like, don't read this book, okay? Just my 2 cents, all right? It was okay. I would recommend it to certain people, but not to everyone. Then I started this book here, which is Natural Beauty by Ling Huang. A lot of people have recommended this one to me. Like I said, my friend Chris bought this one for me. So I got about 50 pages in. I'm really hoping I can finish this maybe today if work is slow, maybe by tomorrow. But it's reading pretty quick. So this is about this woman who, you know, her parents were immigrants from China. during the Cultural Revolution, and she became like this really great pianist, right? I don't know, super talented musician, and something happened to her parents, I believe, and she ended up getting a job offer at this place called Holistic. So it's this beauty, like holistic health and beauty place. So it's like all the rich people go there to get their silk eyelash extensions and Botox and spend $800 on supplements. You know, it's like one of those places. So we're just kind of slowly learning about this place and the people that work there, and then a little bit some flashback chapters about her parents and her life growing up, and also how she's treated by her roommates, her snobby bitchy roommate, and just kind of like how she's been treated throughout her life through the eyes of someone who is an immigrant and kind of grew up poor. And, you know, we're starting to see these beauty standards and the ridiculous things that these wealthy people are doing. So I'm super interested in seeing where this goes. People said that this goes like kind of fucking unhinged. I have no idea. It's kind of giving The Substance a little bit. I watched The Substance, the movie The Substance. That was so ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Let's be real, guys. That movie is insane. At the end, that's me. That's what I look like getting ready in the morning. If you know, you know. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm liking it so far, so we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I have to work for a living, unfortunately. I would be so good at not having a job. Like, today I'm learning how to bake muffins. Tomorrow I'm drilling holes into my wall. The next day I'm gonna work on my posture. Like, I would be so good at not working for a living. Hello, it is Wednesday. I'm currently working, but I'm gonna give you a little update. Hopefully I can have this video up by Friday. Let's pray. I'm a little more than halfway through Natural Beauty. So it's kind of slow at work today, so I'm gonna try to finish this today if I can. But I don't know how I feel about it. It's okay. I like it. I'm not obsessed like I thought it would be. I do like, there's a lot of commentary just about like beauty culture, beauty standards, like these wealthy people that are obsessed with these like procedures and products, and like the only people that can afford these things are wealthy people, and how they're just like wasting all their money on this ridiculous shit. They think that, you know, eyeshadow in a bamboo compact is going to save the planet. It's just like delusional thinking. So I do like the commentary about like consumerism and like capitalism, things like that. So I like that. There is some commentary about like race and class and things of that nature as well. The thing that something like kind of got me choked up, where, you know, her parents they were in an accident, so they're in like a care home, like a nursing facility, and, you know, going to visit her parents and realizing that like they're not getting the proper care that they need and she can't afford better care. It honestly choked me up a little bit because, you know, I'm getting older. This is something that I think about, like with my dad. And I worked in a nursing home for 6 years. So these are things that I think about. And like, I don't know, that part just like really kind of fucked me up a little bit. And then there's another part with like a homeless man and the way that she's like forced to interact with this homeless person because of where she works. It's like, there's like a lot of little things in here that kind of tugged on my heartstrings a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's fucked up. So yeah, okay, it kind of goes back and forth. Like, it gets interesting, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? It's kind of starting to get weird now. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. So we'll see where this goes. Like I said, I'm gonna try to finish this now and give you an update. Hopefully I can get this video up in time. Okay, real quick. Wow, this is a very awkward angle, but I'm working and I need to make sure the phone's not ringing. I was able to finish this today at work because work's been super slow today, thank God. And I ended up really liking the second half of this. Like, this book kind of got better and better. I wasn't sure how I felt in the beginning, but the more it went on, the more it kind of got like really, not like weird, I guess weird, but like unhinged. Just crazy things were going on, and I liked the horror aspects, the body horror aspects, and I just really enjoyed the commentary about beauty and privilege and culture and things of that nature. And it all ended up tying together, and I think there were a couple parts in the book, like especially regarding the parents, that kind of choked me up a little bit. There were some other things that happened that kind of like had me on the edge of my seat, choked up a little bit. I'm not going to give anything away, but yeah, I ended up really enjoying where this went. And there was a lot of kind of useless piano talk throughout the book, which I hated. And I messaged my friend Chris and I was like, what is with all this piano talk? But the more that I read, and like the more the book went along, the more it made sense why it was in there. You know, it's a tie to her culture. And then it talks in the end about how, you know, music is beauty that you can hear and it doesn't rely on your appearance. And I don't know, there was just a lot of piano and music talk in this book. I ended up really enjoying where this went. So I went with 4 stars. So overall, not a bad vlog. 2-star, a 3-star, a 4-star, and a 5-star. So listen, I'm so layered. I'm such a layered person. I'm just a girl. So yeah, I will definitely be back with more vlogs. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.